Now, the story of Nashville is that we were victorious. In the movie Glory, they did not defeat the Army out there in South Carolina. But here in Nashville, it's a beautiful, it deserves a movie. It deserves a documentary. Ken Burns ought to come back and do a story. That's right. Because that way our children and white children and anybody can see there's a major part missing in the Civil War story, especially when it comes to Nashville. Because this was a place that they had the hardest fighting black regiments. And the 13th Regiment played a major role. And believe it or not, there's a whole new set of young men that are reenactors of that 13th Regiment, USCT regiment right here in Nashville. And one of them was the model for the statue. His name is Bill Ratcliffe. He was the actual model for the statue. And
that's already out there.
Yeah, he is a reenactor with the 13th USCT Regiment. And we're so proud of what he's done in terms of recruiting people to to become reenactors. Because that way you can go to schools, you can go to churches, you can go to programs, you can see these men dressed in the old Civil War. They talk about the muskets, talk about what they ate, and how they endured hardships, but they still fought and won. So we have spent also every year on December 15th paying tribute to the men who fought in the battle. We've never missed a year since '79.
Very good. Go and talk about that activity, some of the people that were involved in that kind of early recognition.
Mr. Kelso has gone on, and James Marsh has gone on, helped us put this tribute together every single year on December 15th. No matter what the weather is, we're at the cemetery at 12 noon on December 15th. That commemorates the Battle of Nashville. We lay a wreath, we have history tours, have a brief program to say thank you to the men who are buried there. We've been doing that with the Lynn Norris's group. We've been doing it with the Village. We've been doing it with many Boy Scouts. We've been doing it with a lot of fraternities and sororities who ask their recruits that they're going through the line to go out there and participate. So over these 7 years, we've had a lot of folks come out there and open their eyes up to the Battle of Nashville and the role played by black men.
And over the last 3 minutes, this statue that you have here is the culmination of many of your efforts. And what are some of the things that you'd like for folks to know who might wish to help support you? I think this is still an ongoing project.
That's correct. We have raised the money to build the statue, to get it poured, the plaque on it, the granite marble, the foundation, the approval from the Veterans Administration. What's left now is to say thanks to all the sponsors, to give them some piece of artwork to say thanks, but more importantly, we have to maintain the statue so it will not oxidize and turn green. And even more important, we've got to put together a major publicity campaign so that if you come to Nashville and you're in a hotel downtown in Opryland, there'll be a brochure there in the lobby telling you this statue exists, how to get to it, and what it means. So we have lots of fundraising to do, and we want you to look at our organization's federal exempt number. You can send your money to 1215 9th Avenue North on 37208 Nashville, 1215 9th Avenue North. It's a tax deductible, we're federally exempt, certified organization. We will send your receipt back, acknowledging your gift and listing you as a donor in all our publications. We have about $12,000 more to raise to accomplish that.
And so you're working hard over these last few months in terms of not only building the statue, but at least trying to create a fund so that you can maintain it. And you would like for as many people as might be watching this morning to be aware of that and help you. I think you mentioned earlier, or somebody else mentioned earlier, about the amount of contributions. It does not have to be $5,000.
No, it could be $5. It could be $5.
Anything that they wish to give.
That'll help us pay a lunch to a Boy Scout to go out and polish the statue up. Twice a year, you've got to put this special polish on that bronze. Otherwise, it turns an ugly green. And even though this is talking about St. Patrick's Day or whatever, we don't want to turn green. We want it to be nice and bronze for as long as we can keep it bronze. And we also want people to come out there and visit the statue. We deliberately made it a low statue on a very low pedestal so you could touch it. And the artist was Roy Butler, and we were proud of what he did. And the model was Bill Ratcliffe. But we have lots of folks like Ms. Ursery, Lynn Norris, people who helped me for over the years pull this off.
Very
I want to
good.
say thanks to them.
Very good. And of course,